Guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Rifa, and as you can tell by the title today, it's gonna be a little chit chat. So when I was 25, I made a what I learned at 25 video. Well, now that I'm 27 and in 3 months I'll be 28, time's flown by. I've just done some like reflecting on life, and I just thought, like, let's have a chit chat, like, why not? And one thing that has like taught me in the space of those like 2 years is friendship. And I may have touched upon this maybe on my channel, I don't remember, it's been like 2 years, but recently, like in 2023, I've just had like an epiphany. Like everything's just coming into fruition. The older you get, well, for me personally, I just started learning that making friends in your late 20s is really hard. Maintaining friendship groups in your late 20s is even harder. Yes, you grow apart, but recently I've just been seeing true colors of certain individuals. Some that I've known for short periods of time, some that I've known mid-tier, and some that I've known my entire life. And the ones that you've known your entire life hurts the most when you discover sides of them that you didn't know existed and they mistreat you. The type of person where hurt me, I cut you off. Like, I give you chances, but and I'll talk to you about it, but if you keep pushing my buttons and my boundaries and you continue to disrespect me, I will cut you off with no hesitations. Like, people will be nice to your face, but then when you get them like in a quiet, vulnerable position and they start opening up to you, you just start seeing the malicious, degrading, narcissistic sides of them. Some of them you just see the jealousy, some of them you see how dirty they are, and some of them you just see like, you're not the person that I once thought you are. And like, here are my tips to, like, if you see these kind of signs, lock it off. They're not worth keeping in your life. Communication. If they're not communicating with you, being honest with you, and you see that they're constantly lying and they can't keep up with their lies, or it's like one-sided where you're the one reaching out but they never respond back, lock it off. Don't like liars. Like, tell me the truth. Be frank and honest no matter how painful it is, because continuing with lies, you're just a snake. Like, you're just building up these layers that eventually you can't withhold, and the cracks show through, and it just makes you look so bad. And it's like, if I don't have any evil thing to be lying to you, why do you feel like it's okay to lie to me? Like, why would you think that that's okay? Like, if you had something deep within yourself, why didn't you not communicate that with me or with you in general? Assess how they are in life. Yeah, watch their movements. And what I mean by watch their movements is, as they're your friend, study how they are. Like, yeah, one thing that I did discover is a friend will show you a perception of themselves in front of you, but then they live another life behind the scenes. So I learned this by like living with certain people, or going on holiday with certain people, or just spending one-to-one quality time. So like, pay attention to the conversations that they're having, the information that they're telling you, their actions. Are they actually doing what they say they want to do, or are they using people or manipulating people to get what they want and using you as collateral damage to try to get that, not caring who it will hurt as long as it's a gain for them? How do they treat other people? Did you ever think that they might do the same to you? I guarantee most times you think that, nah, you know, that's my boy, that's my girl, they could never. Swear down. I pray that you never learned the hard way, because I did. and boy, does it sting. But don't it feel good? Cut, letting go. Those are mainly the main tips I would say. It's literally just when someone's really like honesty, communication, assess their behavior. I really like my top 3 tips to deal with this kind of nonsense. Like it also goes into, it's just like relationships in general. Physical relationships, romantic relationships, friendship relationships, family relationships, relationship bubble as a whole. It's not worth the aggro or the heartache, so you have to just protect yourself. And when it comes to money in friendship groups, it's a sticky one, because friends can take the mick when it comes to paying people back. They will say that, oh yeah, you know, I got you, but then they may have put you in a position that you was not comfortable with. Eventually, yeah, they will pay you, some of them may not, but money and friendships, I would say try to avoid it. Like, there's helping a friend out, and then there's putting them in a situation where you'd even communicate it to them in the first place. And then be wary of the ones that will then ghost you afterwards. Like, have you ever been in a position where you're always there for your friends, you're always helping them out, you've got them, and then all of a sudden you mean nothing, or they just go dead silent on you, and you're just there like, baby, so where are you now? Do you only holler when you need something? You can't be telling me that I was busy as an excuse. Cool, I will remember that. And then they will try to like crawl in and try to check up on you later. And then there's those friends where like your friendship group died years back, and then they'll be trying to, you see like a +44 number or like DM, they try to find you somehow on social media, and you're literally just looking at the message like, what do you want now? How can I help? Me personally, I just look at the messages and I just delete, because I left you out back whenever I left you. I don't need you creeping in now. I've made that decision to cut things off, and cut things off for a reason. Let it be like that. There's no need to be creeping, stalking, trying to know what's going on in my life. And one thing when you're doing this like friendship detox thing, go on your social media, check who's following your followers, and just unfollow them. Remove, because if you look at your stories, like for example, for instance, like in Instagram stories, and then sometimes I just generally don't bother to look, but then when I looked at my stories and I'm seeing people from like primary, secondary, college, etc., people that I have never seen, haven't seen in decades, preying. Now, I know nothing about your life. Why are you all up in my business, wanting to know? This is kind of how like evil eye happens, because someone could be looking at you, getting jealous or admiring, either or. But then like, why do you have the time to be checking me? Like, why are you secretly watching? I do not need you. Go into your followers on Instagram, unfollow, do a detox. It's so good for your mental health, and then you have more peace of mind that only the real ones are preying your stuff. If you have a private account, same thing, because even if your thing's on private and they're still following you and you forgot that they even exist, just delete them. You don't need them. You generally don't need them. Like, a social media detox is so good, a good cleanse. Spring clean your followers. Don't worry about the numbers going down. Why have those ones there that you don't need? It just gets so hard. It can be lonely in your late 20s, considering that, like, for me, I'm like an introvert. I know I come across a bit extroverty, but that's when I choose to and when I have the energy to. But really and truly, I'm a homebody. I like to be home. I don't like socializing too much, because I like to protect my energy, and I don't like having drama follows me regardless where I go. Drama will follow me, and I don't need that drama to be coming from a friend. Yeah, work drama, that's different. Other kind of dramas, that's different. But from a friend that you call friend, allow it. I don't need that energy. I just don't. I just want to live my life, make my money, and, you know, go where the wind takes me and exist. I don't want secret haters or sabotage or evil eyes and stuff like that. It's just not worth it. Like, even the older you get, your circles naturally decrease because you're busier, you're working, or you're starting a family, or you've got businesses, or whatever your circumstances are. So if you have genuine good friends, hold on to them, but always keep one eye open. And I just learned not to fully trust, because you could know someone for years and all it takes is something to like change your perception of them and can ruin friendships. You can meet someone tomorrow and that person could be the person you're like this, and then you can have another person that you've known from a, you know, and then it's like, wow. So yeah, food for thought, just be cautious. I just learned about friendships this year. I've learned a lot about you guys, but I wish you guys all the best. Good vibes. Let me know what you've learned this year so far, and I shall catch you in the next one. Bye.